Have you ever tried the funk?
The funk?
The funk warm-up?
Mm-mm.
You just make sounds like a funk musician, like James Brown.
Hey-yo! Wah! Hey-yo! Hoo! Ha! We sound crazy. Introducing the team. I'm awesomely grateful to introduce this team to you. I'm awesomely grateful for this team and for these people. Last week you saw two of them who are also really close friends, Tamar and Edu, caring about me and being a presence in my life beyond just light and shadows. And that kinship and connection is how we've approached this project, as you'll see. And what each person brings is really essential, and how each person came into the project was guided and gives me a lot of confidence that what we're creating is bigger than any one of us. I was enjoying creating and writing to you and doing what I could alone, but for a vision like this, it does take a team. So I'm excited for y'all to meet. I'm excited for you to see each person and the creative energy that they bring to this team, and to get a little window into how it all came together, because how each person came in was serendipitous. I met Tamar 9-10 months ago, just a few hours after she decided to leave the project she was working on before. So there was this creative force bringing us together. I met Edu at a place called Casa de las Artes. And then Edu and Tamar brought in Zay, who's doing the music. Before I met anyone and talked to anyone about Light and Shadows, I met Juanchis, who brought in Isabella and Luis in this young Ecuadorian part of the team. And the coming together of all of us has enabled more creative explosion than I could have dreamt up personally. And we're still filling out this mural, which was Luis's design. And each person is still fulfilling different projects that they've taken on. And in seeing them do that, I'm very humbled that to create a show like this, to create Light and Shadows, requires all of this and each person's light shining. And for me, learning everything it is I have to learn. As I haphazardly move forward on this project, not always knowing how it'll look ahead of time, but going one step at a time, and learning and growing and creating in a way that enables each person's light to shine and each person to bring what they bring. I started out just thinking, yeah, I can make a great docu-reality series. Why not? I'm a genius, so it'll be great. And I didn't know how much I didn't know about cameras, everything I could learn from Edu, technically, about story, about weaving stories together, and learning from Tamar in creating narrative, and in how important music and sound are to the tone of the story we share. And each person is here because they bring something and because they have some creative role to grow into. Whether it's Edu directing, Tamar producing and telling stories, Edu telling us what equipment we actually need and helping us to have an office with all we need to tell the stories we want to tell, and to come together in a creative space, which feels like a cradle to me. Like we're all still growing up through this, growing together, and creating a place where art, music, the visual can inspire us and you, we hope. And where we don't always know what to say, but where we figure it out together and find the inspiration that is this space, this cradle of creativity that can be a bright playground where we can play and create, which for me is what I need, having struggled with loneliness, being alone, pathological habits, and dark playgrounds. I know that the only way I'll choose this over the dark playground of addiction, for example, is if it is bright and if it is play, and if the people I'm doing it with are also friends on a level. So here are those people, this is that space, and may they inspire you.
I like the ending.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's the only part I wasn't too sure about.
No, it's cool. It's on?
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Tamar, and I'm responsible for storytelling and production for Light and Shadows. I am a lifelong visual artist, musician, music producer. I love mixed media projects, anything funky and creative. I love soil, I love plants. I'm apprenticing to become an herbalist. I had a farmer mentor of mine tell me that the story is in the seed. And I'm really inspired by that, thinking of Light and Shadows as seeds of information, of inspiration that could be planted in other parts of the world. We are essentially collecting stories from local people, from foreigners, from therapists, healers, shamans, indigenous people, as these life potentials that could be sprouted somewhere else. An example of that is when we went to the jungle and we got to go on a walk with Don Luis, a shaman, indigenous man, and he explained to us the benefits and cultural significance of over 20 plants, trees, and lichens. How cool is that? Super cool. I think we all deserve to reconnect with the wisdom of our grandparents, our ancestral lines, and to remember that Earth is a garden. Medicine abound. So I think this team really understands that, and I find that very hopeful, and I'm grateful. Thank you.
Okay, recording.
Okay. Charlie. Hello, my name is Eduardo and I'm from Chile. I've been living in Ecuador the last 3 years and I'm the co-director and director of photography in Lights and Shadows. And I came here after going on a trip from Chile, going through different countries. And this was because in Chile I was realizing a lot of things were not working right for society, for myself. And for a time I was very focused on the problems and I was with a lot of anger towards situations and inequalities in the country. So I went on filming these things to communicate it. But then at one point it made no more sense because it was only about the problems and the conflict and the anger. And then I said, okay, maybe now is the time to go out and look for solutions, to look for people who is actually doing something, to have a different lifestyle, to fix somehow these things, and to live a life that is out of this model that is bringing all these problems. So this took me to this journey of doing short documentaries about people or communities or projects in Peru, Bolivia, and Ecuador, related to soil conservation, also safeguarding the tradition, culture, and even music of the Andes and the vision that people who lived here centuries ago had, their connection with the earth, with nature, and how to live in balance. So now when this opportunity of joining Lights and Shadows came, it feels like a continuity of this mission. And one thing that is very interesting about working in these media is that it opens doors to get to people and places and communities and projects that otherwise is hard to get to. And people want to be known about what they're doing. They want to share their vision and what they are doing with the land, with their culture, with anything. And to be able to go there and film them gives us an opportunity to engage more eyes into what they're doing, to touch more hearts with their passions and with their intentions for a better world. And that's like the most fulfilling for me.
O sea, solo hablo a la cámara, como si hablara con ellos.
Sí, sí, la cámara.
Ok. Hola, soy Juan Capa. La gente me conoce más como Juanchis y me gusta que me digan Juanchis. Y soy productor de Light and Shadows. Nací aquí en Vilcabamba, tengo 24 años. Me encanta mucho, estoy un apasionado por el potencial humano y la creación de contenido. Hace un par de años, cuando tenía 18, esta información llegó a mi vida y realmente fue para mí una gran revelación el permitirme conocer muchas más posibilidades a través de otra información. Esto es lo que me motivó en base a mi conocimiento de creación de contenido, poderle compartir esto a más personas, sobre todo de mi pueblo, de aquí de Vilcabamba, porque veo muchas oportunidades aquí en este lugar y por supuesto, ¿por qué no?, de Loja, de Ecuador, de Latinoamérica. La vida me empezó a cambiar de manera increíble y eso es lo que creo que me trajo aquí a Light and Shadows, a este gran proyecto que me permitió ver una oportunidad para seguir no solo expandiendo este tipo de conocimientos, sino también mostrarle a la gente muchas más realidades, muchas más oportunidades, muchas más caras del mundo y mostrarle la realidad de las cosas y sobre todo mostrarle una parte que a lo mejor alguna vez no vieron, poderle ver las grandes posibilidades y la gran abundancia que tiene este mundo y sobre todo compartir información que tal vez nunca vas a ver en las noticias o en la social media normal.
Okay. Hi, I go by Zay, and my birth name is Zachary, or Zacarias, here in Latin America. My position on the project is recording audio of interviews and doing some post-production stuff with the audio, as well as creating music to go with the visual component of the film. Music is a big part of my life. Listening to different styles of music, creating music. I'm a multi-instrumentalist. And the connection with this project is Edu has heard my music in ceremony and in a kind of a group facilitation project I do with my music. I wanted to compose music for film for a while, and this is the invitation that came at this time to do that, and I feel that's what I'm most excited about. And Ryman showed us the first few minutes of the pilot episode, visual part, and that was my first taste in this project of receiving the visual information and then hearing the music to go with it. So I'm most excited to sit down and, you know, create what comes through spontaneously.
So, I need to get ready. Okay. Hi, my name is Isa, and I'm the production coordinator. Yep. I work in like every different area. Yeah. And about me, I was born and raised here in Vilcabamba. My father is from New Zealand. My mom is from Ecuador. So I'm half Kiwi, half Ecuadorian. I speak English and Spanish. My dad's a writer. He's a poet also. So I'm very artistic because of my dad. And on my mom's side, there's a lot of music. My grandfather was singing, my uncles sing, my cousins sing, and it's also part of me, the music. So I love music and singing and poetry. Well, first of all, what Ryman explained, like, I want to like make videos about medicine and make videos about nature is really nice because I've always been like trying to take care of the world, you know? Yeah, so I liked the vision that he had, and as like first, honestly, I didn't really know. Like he explained it to us, but then he did different things, so I wasn't really sure what we were aiming at or what we were doing. But yeah, the vision that he had called my attention, and then also learning, because I really like learning new things and the experience, and yeah. Then Edu started teaching me new skills, new stuff, and it was really awesome. So yeah, learning also.
Ya. Hola, soy Luis Jara, nací aquí en la parroquia de Vilcabamba y soy el descendiente de la persona más longeva de la parroquia, mi tatarabuelo Miguel, que vivió 128 años. Yo en este proyecto soy operador de cámaras. Soy graduado en la carrera de diseño gráfico, me gusta el arte, cada afirmación o cada detalle que se hace, a mí me gusta grabarlo y luego plasmarlo en una ilustración. Y a continuación les voy a contar algo sobre mi abuelo materno. Él me ha enseñado mucho acerca sobre medicinas tradicionales, una historia algo épica que les comentaré. Es que una vez él recibió una mordida de perro y él usó plantas medicinales, pero el ingrediente secreto fue usar un sapo que se pasó en la rodilla, y cuando la panza del sapo estaba roja es porque ya estaba la pierna desinfectada junto con los remedios. Y bueno, sobre todo esto, el punto es conservar esas historias para poderlas compartir con las siguientes generaciones.
Let me think of what to say next. Hello, I am Darren. I'm from California and I am making the music for Light and Shadows. I'm also the only person on the team from the United States besides Ryman. Through my experiences traveling, I've noticed that the United States is an important force in the world. A lot of countries look up to the United States. A lot of countries are very affected by the United States. And I think that this place, Vilcabamba, has a lot of very interesting and fascinating people, which have the potential to bring a lot of healing to people of the United States and people everywhere as well. I'd like to share an example actually. Yesterday we were filming a group therapy session here in Vilcabamba, led by a woman named Alea. And during the therapy session, one of the women started weeping. Afterwards, we interviewed her about it, and she said that it was one of the most enlightening experiences of her life. That was really cool to see, and I think we here at Light and Shadows have a lot of benefit we can bring through having the film of that actual session, and we could show it to people from the United States and other people around the world, and maybe they'll have a very beneficial experience as well from witnessing that. And I think this project has the potential to touch a lot of other people in the United States and around the world. And I'm very grateful to be part of a project like this. So yes, thank you. Nice to meet all of you virtually.
Yeah, do you wanna, what was it that say did? Prompt?
No. I'll prompt myself.
Cool.
We're recording?
We're recording.
All right. All right. Thank you for meeting all of these people, all of these ingredients to this creation that we're bringing to you. All of them essential from all sides. Natural light, artificial light, gear, nature. This project is integrating so many pieces, and at times it's felt unstable, at times it's felt uncertain, unclear. I was pretty unclear when I sat in the same place, in the same room to begin this video, still leaning on these crutches of tobacco and cannabis. hitting a nicotine vape right before recording to have enough mental clarity to speak. And it's baby steps. I'm still drinking some coffee, but I feel so much freer than I felt then. I feel chills, I feel excitement. I feel so grateful for what we have the opportunity to create. And this has been sitting with me as I've been traveling, as I've been letting go of the cloaks of smoke and dreaming. Edu, can I tell you about my dream?
Yes, sir.
I hadn't dreamt with Edu for, the years that I had known him, and I thought that was weird. We're so close, but he wasn't in my dreams. But in the last month or so, I've dreamt with him 3 times in Antarctica, trying to survive. And I had this dream with you where we were together in like a space like this, and I was feeling really emotional. I was feeling like all this gratitude for what we have the opportunity to do, and reflecting on where I was before, not being so in touch with those feelings. And I just told you, like, now I get it. Now I really appreciate what we have the opportunity to do and create, and I'm not gonna take it for granted. Like, do you know that expression, take it for granted?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna forget, and I'm extremely grateful, and I really value this opportunity we have together. And really value you, who care to see and hear. So thank you.
That was a cool dream.